Dear all, welcome to our new chapter, Circles. This is a short period just to give you a refreshment of the terms that you studied before related to circles and also to understand few new terms related to this lesson. So let's get started. A circle is a collection of all the points in a plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point, and that point is called the center, and that distance is called the radius. Such a figure is called a circle. Here is a sample, and you know how to draw a circle for a given radius. So here there are few more parts related to circles. You know, at the middle you have a point which is called the center of a circle, and the distance from the center to any point on the circle is called a radius. And a circle in a plane cuts it into three parts. First one is the interior part, as the word says, inside the circle. Second one is the exterior part, and the third one is on the circle. So there are three parts: inside, outside, and on the circle. Okay, moving on. You know, the point marked is center, and the distance from the center to any point on the circle is called the radius, and the plural of radius is radii. And the diameter is 2 times the radius, or we can even define diameter as a line segment joining 2 points on a circle which pass through the center. That is a must, passing through the center. Next term is chord. A chord is also a line segment joining 2 points on the circle, but it need not pass through the center. If it passed through the center, still it is a chord, but we specifically call it as a diameter. So we can say diameter is also a chord, but not all chords are diameter. For example, this is a chord, but not diameter. So once again, a diameter is a line segment which pass through the center and meet 2 points on the circle. A chord is a line segment which just meets 2 points on a circle. That's all. Next is an arc. When we come to the word arc, it can be represented in two different ways. In a circle, 2 points cuts the whole shape into 2 arcs, a minor arc and a major arc, if it is not a semicircle. So here let us mark this is point P, point Q in the somewhere in between, and point R, and a point S in the large part. So the black marked part, this is called the minor arc, which is usually represented by 2 letters only. So we can say minor arc PQR, or simply we can say minor arc by this way, only like that. No need to use the terms minor or the word arc. And the major is represented definitely by 3 letters. So major is by 3 letters and minor is by small 2 letters only. So we can say major arc PSR, or simply by the symbol by representing the arc shape at the top of PSR. Remember, minor arc by 2 letters and major arc by 3 letters. Semicircle, you know, semicircle means the half of the circle. A diameter cuts the circle into 2 semicircles. Secant. Secant is a line, not a line segment. Secant is a line which intersects the circle at 2 different points. We have studied chord. Chord is a line segment which connects 2 points on a circle. But here this is a line. Next is tangent. It's very close to secant, but it touches the circle only at 1 point. What is a tangent? It is a line which touches the circle exactly at 1 point. And that point is called point of tangency. And there are many properties between tangent and diameter. We will come across it in the coming periods. Next term is segment. A segment is a region between a chord and an arc. So if you have a chord, let's say PQ is a chord, The region, it is cut into two regions, one large part which is called a major segment and small segment here. So what is a segment? The region between the chord and its corresponding arc. The chord and the corresponding arc. If it is the larger one, it is called major segment, and the opposite will be called minor arc. But if it is if the chord is a diameter, then it is equally cut into equal segments. There will be no major or minor segment. Next term is a sector. A sector is a region between two radii and the arc. So we have a circle with two radii. Again, this is cut into two regions, one with the major part and one with the minor part. So what is a sector? It is the region between radii, two radii, and the arc of the circle. The larger one is called the major sector and the minor is called the minor sector. So segment is made up of chord and the arc. Segment is between chord and arc, but sector is between radii and arc. That's the difference. Circumference. Circumference is a term which is otherwise called as the perimeter of a circle. You know, perimeter of any polygon, we add all the sides. But the problem is circle has no sides or no line segments. So that's why it has a special name, circumference, because it is a curved path. So we have a special rule. It is represented by C is equal to pi d, and pi is the value 3.14. But in chapter 1, we have studied that pi is an irrational number because it is non-terminating, non-recurring. It continues forever. But for easiness in the calculation, we usually use 3.14, or it can also be represented by 22/7. Just for an approximation only. You know, irrational numbers can't be represented by fraction, but just for approximation or easiness in the calculation, you can use 3.14 or 22/7. Now, this is a small activity for you. If you have a circle drawn in a paper, how to measure the circumference without using the rule. We just use a string, either a thread or a metal string or anything. Just attach it through the curve of the circle and cut off the part where it starts. Then stretch it and measure the length of the whole string. And second part of this activity is also measure the diameter of the circle. Now you can find the relation between the string. The length of the string means the whole perimeter, which is C, which is equal to, you multiply the diameter by 3.14, then you will get the length of the string. That is a small activity. Let us see a few questions related to the terms that we have come across now. The center of a circle lies in the interior or exterior? Definitely interior of the circle. A point whose distance from the center of a circle is greater than its radius lies in the interior or exterior? It is exterior, because from the center, they said from the center, and it is radius. So if it's more than the radius, which means it will be here. So it will be in the exterior of the circle. The longest chord of a circle is the diameter, because as we go away from the diameter, in both the sides, it will get shorter and shorter. Even if you go down, it will be shorter and shorter. So this will be the longest, which is called the diameter. An arc is a dash when its ends are the ends of a diameter. An arc is when the ends are diameter, it is a semicircle. Arc means the part of the circle. The part of the circle will become half of the circle when the ends are the ends of the diameter. Segment of a circle is the region between arc and radii or chord. Segment is made up of chord, and a circle divides a plane on which it lies in how many parts? 2 or 3. It divides it into 3 parts. We have seen the interior of the circle, exterior of the circle, and on the circle. So 3 parts, 1, 2, 3. Let's move on to the next part of the question. Write true or false and give reason. Line segment joining the center to any point on the circle is a radius of the circle. From the center to any point, such a line segment is called the radius. Is it true? Yes, it is true. Why? Because that is the definition of the radius. A radius is the distance from the center to any point on the circle. A circle has only finite number of equal chords. No, we can, for example, if you have a chord here, 2 centimeters, you can have another chord 2 centimeters, you can have another chord 2 centimeters. So infinitely many chords of the same size can be made on a circle. So this is a false statement because you can have many chords of the same measurement. If a circle is divided into 3 equal arcs, each is a major arc. No, it is a false statement because look at this one. 3 equal parts, P, Q, R. If you take PQ as this arc, the PRQ is the larger one. If you take Q and R, then QPR is the larger one. So that's also a false statement because you can have minor and major. Sector is the region between the chord and its corresponding arc. Sector, is it formed between chord? No, it is a false statement because sector is formed between 2 radii and its arc. So sector is between 2 radii and its arc. So this is the minor sector and this is the major sector. So the main mistake in this question is it is not the chord, it should be radii. A circle is a plane figure. Yes, it is a plane figure. It's a true statement because a circle is a 2D shape. What about a ball or a sphere? Is it a plane figure? No, it is a 3D shape. It is not a plane figure. That's all for this period. We will come with the next lesson in the next period. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you.